Hey there, welcome to a brand new episode of Muzikxpress. My name is Twan and in this week's vlog you will see my interview with Rob Bolland about the Falco classic Jeannie. But before we start with the interview, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and very important, also make sure to click the bell button because then you will get a notification the next time a new vlog is online. Alright, here it is, the story behind Jeannie by Falco, my interview with Rob Bolland. Enjoy! After the huge success of the Falco track Rock Me Amadeus, Rob and Ferdi Bolland were asked to write and produce another track for the Austrian singer. Jeannie came out in December 1985 as the third song of Falco's studio album Falco. Because of the lyrics, the single was very controversial and some TV and radio stations decided to boycott the track. But it still topped the charts in various European countries. For this week's vlog I sat down with Rob Bolland to ask him about the story behind Jeannie and more. My first question to him was if Jeannie was written in the same period they wrote Rock Me Amadeus for Falco.
After Rock Me Amadeus.
Yeah.
Because after that was released and it was a hit, then they said, okay, continue writing for him, because that was a test if the first batch would be. So I wrote Rock Me Amadeus, my brother wrote Me Amadeus, which was also on the album eventually. And then we specifically had a day and we said we have to write for Falco now. And I went to Ferdi lived with his wife, Sandra Rema, who was a well-known vocalist, singer in Holland. In Brabant, that's in the south of Holland.
I've heard it was in Uden?
No, I had to live in Uden because Ferdi was living in Gemonde.
Oh,
you know, it's a whole lot of for the people. Okay, hard words to pronounce, even for me. But I went to the farm in Gemonde. And Sandra, his wife, it's nice because she said, I'm going out to get some groceries, and then you can compose, and I'll be back in let's say half an hour or so. And exactly that happened. She left. We both went to the piano. Ferdi sat here. I sat here. And then we started. Ferdi said, "Well, Ferdi had the idea of making it about a song about lost girls who were, because he had as a reference the milk cartons in the USA where missing children would be displayed, and so that was the thing. So we said, okay, we'll have, because we had done it many times using the sound effects. We'll start with rain, and so you get an image of and it has to be cold and somber and dark, and then okay, he had this dum 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 dum. That was his lick. That was his line, and then we did the chords of the song. And because it repeats, the verse is the same as the chorus. So and then we came to the part where the chorus would start, and I just sang Jeannie, quit living on dreams. So I did the whole thing in one go, just what came to mind. But we said, okay, we'll change this. We'll change these lyrics, once it's accepted, because these are dummy lyrics for the chorus. But we kept them, and we presented the demo to Falco, and when he heard it, he said, okay, Falco. First he said, okay, Falco doesn't do ballads. Falco doesn't do ballads. Because he liked talking English, and we spoke in German to him. So, weshalb machst du das nicht? Und, so so then he, but then again, Horst Borg convinced him, try it, you know. But we had the lyric that we had was geht ins Wald und macht. So he goes into the forest, and it's about a girl who's lost and she, I don't know what happened to her, you know, like a lot of movies are, you know, and but it had to be a movie in a song. That was the whole idea. But then he changed it from he goes into the forest. It was changed to the first person, and that was a major thing because he was the possible assassin or rapist or whatever. Yeah, exactly. So it made it more eerie, and also the video added to that. Mm-hmm. But without the video, it was already a hit. But then when the video came out, it went through the roof and it was banned. So the song was complete with my chorus, Ferdi's idea of the thing, and Falco. We all had contributions to that song.
Yeah,
and it was great because it was an enormous hit in the German-speaking countries. Not so in England. It was just on the lowest regions, and USA nothing whatsoever. But in Germany, it exploded, and even more when it was banned from the radio. Because they said, okay, this is too... And we had a real bit of... in the video, the guy, we had him on record, on the record as well. That was news...
newsflash, yeah.
Newsflash, and then this
reporter?
This reporter comes on and he says, that's 19 years of age, you know, a girl of 19 is lost, and... But that was the most famous newsreader of Germany, and he was suspended from his job for that.
Really?
Yeah, and the record was banned. And in the period that the record was banned for about 5 weeks, the sales just went, you know, like it was like. It started with 30,000 in a day to 50,000 in one day. It was enormous.
Yeah, that was like.
So we were very thankful for the ban.
That was one of my questions. Like, yeah, they always say any press is good press, right?
Banning a record is fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember like Frits Spits in the Netherlands, like a famous radio DJ.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. He said like, yeah, I'm not gonna play it.
Well, that was following the German ban.
Okay. Yeah.
And I thought that was a bit
cheap.
Weak. Yeah, a bit cheap. Yeah.
But yeah. Which position was it like a number one hit in the Netherlands? I can't.
Yes, it was. It was our only number one in the Netherlands. Yeah.
Thank you, Frits.
Yeah, thank you, Frits. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. But you know, and it's good that you mentioned that because we've had many hits, and also many number ones, and also number ones which didn't. Go to England or other outside of the German-speaking countries because, but not. And we also released Dutch language records here. Mm-hmm. I had a number 2 with a song from the musical Three Musketeers. Which came to number 2, so not number 1. So, but it's the only number 1 we have had in Holland, and that's telling because right before our very first success with international success with in the army now, there was a DJ on the radio and he said, "Okay, and here's a new song," which was a production of ours, new song by Bolland and Bolland, and. The guys with the most flops ever, you know.
Oh,
so with the most, and that really, and after that I wrote, "You're in the army now." So it must have been a kind of a stimulant.
Yeah. So I also saw that Jeannie became like a top 5 hit in Japan.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
According to Wikipedia.
Well, okay, I like the Wikipedia then. Yeah.
So did you also have any idea how many copies of Jeannie have been sold worldwide?
A lot,
Yeah.
a lot, because in Germany alone, it was in the millions. It was unreal. It was very,
Yeah. So yeah, the official title of Jeannie is Jeannie Part 1. Was it the plan from the start already to release like the Part 2, which is Coming Home, and Part 3, which is named Where Are You Now?
No, those two were Ferdi's idea. I didn't want to do Part 2. I didn't want to do Part 3, let alone. But so it was Ferdi's idea, and it was number one. The Coming Home, so the Part 2. So there he was right, but I thought it was a bit lame to. I thought the mystery was more intact, just having the
Keep it
Part
going.
1. Yeah, exactly.
So was there also a plan to release more than 3 parts?
Well, if it were up to 30, he would have released 10 parts, but he was stopped at 3.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, what is your favorite memory when it comes to the release of Jeannie?
Favorite memory? Well, it must have been the band is which I just mentioned.
Yeah.
That was so. It was so mind blowing. The first, because the papers were full of this. It was front page news, and you had Bild Zeitung, and there was every day there was something about Jeannie. They had located the girl, who played Jeannie in the video, and asked her questions, what her thoughts were on this, and the mother of the girl, and they had victims, real victims. So it was a mishmash of things going on, but it was constantly in the news. So that we loved that, to do something, with just a song.
Yeah, exactly.
And get this whole circus,
So you guys were not really upset about all the bad press?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay, good.
We loved it.
Yeah. So what is your favorite Falco track you wrote?
Well, it has to be Rock Me Amadeus, because so many things followed the original. The Simpsons did a scene which that Dr. Zayas, terrific. It was a Family Guy. I'm a tumor. It was, and also I was very proud of the fact that it became an R&B hit. I think it was 6 or something like that, number 6 in the R&B charts. I think that was due to the vocal of Lisa Bonet, Chaka Khan-like thing, and the rap, but also that it was also used by the hip hop or R&B community. LL Cool J had a reference to the song, and Ice-T had a reference to the song. So I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, like
because I love that kind of music, So I don't make the kind of music, but apparently they like that.
Yeah. Ah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So as we know, Falco, he passed away in a car accident. What was the last time you spoke to Falco?
Well, after we stopped working with him, he came to the Netherlands twice to present his new girlfriend. So he invited my wife and I to a dinner, and said, and we spoke about things. But that was, I think, a couple of years before his before his death.
Yeah.
And so ultimately it was strange, because I remember it was a Saturday morning, and I got a call from a guy from Dutch radio, and he said, hi, it's Ferdi. I was barely awake. And he said, so, what is your reaction to Falco dying, being found dead? Falco dead? I was, it was unreal,
Yeah.
unreal.
Shocking.
Shocking, yeah.
Especially if you wake up with that kind of news. Yeah.
And there was no, it was, and afterwards, they had these theories of maybe it was a suicide thing, or he did it, on purpose. I don't think so. I don't think so. And also, Rudy Dollezaal, one of the guys who did all the Falco videos. I'm in contact with him. Well, not constantly, but and he said no. There's no way he did it. He committed suicide.
Yeah. So you're active in the music scene for over 50 years. During the years, during the years, you sold over 65 million records worldwide. You got a Lifetime Achievement Award with your brother last year. Plus, you guys won the Dutch Export Prize 5 times as well.
Yeah.
So, which award are you the most proud of?
The Export Prize.
Yeah.
Export Prize, because that is something. We were not given like they have these awards in Holland, like the 80s song, or where people sit and say, well, who deserves this award, or who deserves that. We were never deserving of an award, apparently, but the Export Prize, that was just sales figures. Who sold the most records in a year? And so we won that 5 times in a row, and I'm really glad that we did. Yeah.
You remember for which tracks it was?
Yep. It was Rock Me Amadeus, and sometimes it was overlapping because Rock Me Amadeus and then Army Now. Then it was, and Jeannie was a separate one. Then it was overlapping, and the last one was Love House.
Oh yeah. Nice. I'm sure there are tons of great stories you can share from all the things that did happen during the years.
Yes.
I read there's something about a possible biography that you're working on right now.
I am, and it's as everybody who writes such you have to go back in your memory and think, oh boy, I did that, and shall I put that to paper? But I discussed it with my wife and daughter and son, and they said no, just write everything as it was, because else it's not fun to read, and it's not your life.
Yeah,
you have to just write your life, and I must say it's of course going back in this thing. Everybody must have that. You think, oh that, okay. And it's a lot of stories to tell, and also having these moments of going back and thinking of things. For instance, well, I'll tell people you worked with, and you think you have to give a shout out to this or that, and. Okay, but that's the.
So is there like a release date already, or?
Well, there was, but I thought it's not finished yet, so I'm still continuing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for that one.
Thank you.
So you already told that you're working with your son. Well, what can you tell about that?
Well, that's rather exciting because I worked on 2 songs for the musical Rock Me Amadeus Falco the musical with him, and it was not planned, but I just said, hey, what do you think about this? And so he started putting in ideas. I thought, well, that's good. That's it. It elevates what I have here, and it's it brings it to a different plateau level. Thank you. And so that's a very it just emerged naturally. So that's nice. That's a very nice thing.
Yeah.
And I'm working on an album now for myself. So it will be my first solo album.
Oh, yeah, album. A solo album?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's music which is, well, more singer-songwriter like.
Yeah.
And it's one person. It's not me with the guitar only, but it's just the one voice, and yeah.
Ah, nice. Yeah, I know you have a daughter as well. Is she also into music?
Yes, she is. And she has ideas for music, and she wants to chip in now. So that's nice.
It's a family thing.
Yeah, it's getting to be a family thing. Yeah.
So do your kids like your music?
I don't know. You have to, but I think they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my son, my son grew up. I would not even grew up. He was barely born, and it was in Hilversum. He was born, and he was very very small for so it was, you know, touch and go if he would survive it. But in that moment when he was still in that situation, I was recording with Falco at that time. So it was the birth of my son together with the recording. But then Falco came to the hospital with Horst Borg, and they had a tiny lederhosen for him. So that's the first. So from his birth, he had this connection with Falco.
Yeah.
And he even wore the lederhosen sometimes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's here. I'm not sure if he are there pictures of that.
No. I think he's banned them all. I think he's thrown them all away.
He deleted that folder.
He deleted, yes.
So do you still have something on your bucket list, music-wise?
Oh yeah, a lot of things. I want to. I have an idea for a new musical, which I want to create myself. Maybe together with my son, but I think once he's running, you know, once he's up and running, then he won't have time for that.
Yeah, thanks a lot for your time and good luck with everything.
Thanks.
Alright, that was it. This week's vlog, the story behind Jeannie by Falco, my interview with Rob Bolland. Rob, thanks a lot for your time, much appreciated. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed the vlog. If you did, make sure to give this video a like, leave a comment in the comment section below, and very important, make sure to subscribe. Also make sure to click the bell button, because then you will get a notification the next time a new vlog is online. Also make sure to check out my other interviews with Rob. I did one about the Falco track Rock Me Amadeus as well. You can find the links in the video description below, so make sure to check them out. Once again, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye bye.